Happy Wednesday, everybody. Andy and Steve from WagerTalk.com. It's Bankroll Reset Day. Woohoo! Brr, brr, brr. So this is the day that we take a look at last week. We reset our bankroll, established our new 3%. Told everyone yesterday we were going to be profitable. We are profitable. So that's always a really, really good week for us. So a few things to go over. We're going to go over last night's play, bankroll reset day. We'll go over that. We'll work with our spreadsheet that's free for everybody. You can get your own spreadsheet and follow along with us. We'll do our best bet, worst bet. We have a new event to bet on this week. The plays start tomorrow. I will go over with that. We have a really good viewer question, and then we have our streak of the day. Steve, we always recap what happened the previous day. Yeah, we're not going to win all of them in MLB. We took the L last night. The Red Sox just couldn't get anything going. But, you're not going to win them all. But so walk us through last night's game.
Yeah, so we had the Red Sox on the run line last night. They ended up losing 3-0. The offense couldn't really get anything going. Medina looked great early on. He almost looked like Pavetta from the night before. The Sox just couldn't figure him out. And then they couldn't get anything done off the bullpen late in the game. It was really just one inning by Oakland where they scored 3 runs, a 2-run bomb and a solo bomb. And that was the end of the scoring for the night. Unfortunate loss. It was the Red Sox bullpen game, though. So if there's a game in that series that we're going to lose, it's going to be that one.
Yeah, we just kind of had made the commitment that we were just going to play these games, Boston versus Oakland. So got the first one, lost the one last night. So bummer to have it the night before bankroll reset day, but no big deal. We're still on an insane run in baseball, and losses will come. So we'll just keep plodding away. So if you have not seen the original Road to Millions video, it is on Monday, June 26th on the Wager Talk channel. If you do not have your bankroll builder spreadsheet, the link is in the description of the original video on June 26th. Remember, the goal, turn $1,000 into $1 million. We're looking at bankrolls like investment portfolios, retirement accounts. We're not gambling, we're investing. And the average annual return on a 401k is only 5 to 8%. We just think we can do a hell of a lot better than that. So, all right, guys, let us get into our bankroll. So I will pull up the spreadsheets, and if you're following along, go ahead and pull up yours. So we did have a profitable week. We gave some away last night, unfortunately, but we still ended up plus 3.11 units, slightly above our 3% goal, which is really good. Never going to complain about that. But I'm going to take a look at the bankroll here, and I'll show you why I'm a touch bit disappointed in this one. So, all right, we got our bankroll, and as always, column B should remain the same. Column C should remain the same. Column D is what we're looking at. So we take a look here. Last week, we had $1,065 if we started with 1,000. So we had 1,065. 1 unit equals $10.65. So if we followed along with all the percentages of all of our plays, we ended up, as you see here, plus 3.11 units. So we just multiply 3.11 times 1065, and we're right at $1,100. So $1,100 is our new bankroll, and makes it pretty easy. 1 unit for this next week is $11. So I believe it's $1,100 and some change, or just a little bit, but just use round numbers this week since it's really close there. Okay, so always great to have a winning week. I'm a touch disappointed because the week of July 5th, we had a down week. So I really wanted to make up a little bit more ground on that, but it's okay. It's a marathon, not a sprint. We're a little bit behind here. If we want to take a look here, we're at 1,100. Our goal was to be at 1,267. So we got a little ground to make up, but we're still up 10%. If we started back on May 24th, our $1,000 bankroll is now 1,100. So if we're looking at just percentages, 10% is good. We have high expectations, though. So we want to try and gain some more units back. So we got a good week to do it in. And if we just keep turning profits, I think we're going to be in a really good shape here. So let's take a look at the best bets and the worst bets. We like to take a look back and see how we did and what bets we can be really proud of and which ones we can laugh at.
The best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be.
All right, Steve, best bet of the week. I think we decided it was that Rays doubleheader. Talk to us. Why were we so proud of the Rays doubleheader?
Yeah, we swept it with a 6-1 and a 4-2 victory. We dealt with a rain out on Friday night, pitching changes on Saturday. McClanahan got held back. We dealt with a lot of different things going into that 2-game set for the doubleheader. We had pitching changes and stuff, especially kind of had us scrambling as far as what to do, what units to play the run line, play the money line, everything across the board. But we stuck with the plan. A little shout out MVP goes to Royals relief pitcher Colin Snyder. 13 straight balls to open an inning, walks the bases loaded, and that gave us the rally to win that game. So a little shout out for Mr. Snyder there. But we'll take it, sweep the doubleheader, and it gave us the 2-1 victory in the series overall and gained us a couple units on the week.
Yeah, why were we so proud of this one? I mean, we had multiple plays. I think just for these 2 games, we ended up with 5 plays because it was like one play got voided because of a pitcher change. One play got voided because we had a rain out. Another one because of a pitcher change. But we kept to the plan. It would have been pretty easy to just be like, another pitcher change. Oh well, this day is a mess, or this is really really crazy. Let's just lay off it. But we stuck to it. We knew the Rays were much much better. We ended up kind of doing a little bit extra work, and bang, it worked out really really well for us. So cashing in on that Rays doubleheader could have been a pretty easy way to pass, but we ended up doing pretty good on that.
That was terrible.
Horrendous.
I'm offended.
I'm appalled.
So what are we going to do?
All right, worst bet. This one was kind of tough because I look back at our losses. There was none that I could really point to and go, that was terrible handicapping. So I don't have an embarrassing one or one that we can laugh at. I'm going to go with Alexander Bjork versus Nikolai Højgaard. This was the one play that kept us from a perfect sweep in golf. I probably should have laid off of it because both these guys are okay, but they can be very up and down. They were playing at the Scottish Open, and Bjork did not play bad. He was in the mix. I believe he finished top 40 or top 45. It was just Nikolai played really, really good. He had a really nice round 4, and I probably should have laid off of it as it cost us a couple units and it cost us the perfect week. But going into it, Bjork head-to-head was pretty good against Højgaard, so I'm not too upset with the handicap, but I probably should have just laid off that bet as the other ones I had a lot more confidence in. So, but overall, pretty good week of handicapping. So I was pretty happy with this, with how that worked out. So,
yeah, 100%. Anytime we can get the 3%, we're happy with it. Obviously, we're looking for a bigger week after the down week last week, but if you can get over 3% in any given week, we'll take that.
Yeah, absolutely. So, all right, new event that we're betting on this week. We have our MLB play of the day that is up. I think I probably just spoiled it for what it is. We have we have the 5%. If you don't buy the MLB play, just go back like 2 minutes. You'll know what the play is today. The 5% Open Championship play is still up. If you have not gotten it, please go ahead and get that play. The UFC pack is still up, although I believe that may be coming down tomorrow or Friday because the lines may get to a little bit where I'm not comfortable with everyone playing. What's new? Women's World Cup. Corbin is putting in the Women's World Cup plays as we are recording this. So if you have our all access, all these plays are going to start popping up. Make sure you're checking your email. The text message feed has not been working great. So if you're wondering why you're not getting text messages, make sure you're checking your emails. But I can tell you Women's World Cup plays are coming out. There's a pack up for $29 if you don't have an all access. Make sure you get that. Corbin is number 1 last 365 days. He's hit 70.1% of his plays this year. It's insane. So
it's amazing.
Yeah, so soccer's been a really, really nice source of units. It's nice to get back to it this week with Women's World Cup. Corbin does really, really well in all aspects of soccer. but has done well with the World Cup. Promo code is still up, Andy365. It takes 50% off a 1-year access. If you're just doing the weekend promos every Friday, we'll turn that promo code on Friday. So if you want to wait, we'll have that one up. But for now, Andy365 takes 50% off a 1-year all access. So again, I say this every day. I know it's a big chunk of money, but I promise you over the course of the year, it saves you a ton. Once you make that initial purchase, you don't have to worry about it for another year. You can just concentrate on the plays and the bankroll. So encourage everyone to get that. So we got a busy week, busy week of plays. We will have all MLB plays throughout the week, the Open Championship plays, UFC, and now we're adding Women's World Cup. So those of you that cashed on lacrosse last week, that was awesome. Lacrosse is on break again. I like. We were joking with Dan about this. Dan, does work for Lacrosse Network. He's a lacrosse guy. It was like, how many breaks did these teams get? They were off for like some championship tournament up in Canada. Now they're off for All-Star break. They've played a few games.
Like 4 or 5 games, right? Or something like that, the total.
They played 5 games. How can you determine who's the All-Star? Right. Can you imagine if they handed out the MVP votes in the NFL in week 5?
Yeah, or the MLB in April.
Yeah,
in April.
Like, well, Kenny Pickett's played well. I guess he's the MVP. So, I had a couple topics that we were going to go over today, but since it's Bankroll Reset Day, we're going to save them to tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be NFL heavy. We're going to talk about NFL futures. I'm hoping to get in another future. Maybe we'll do most. We did most. Maybe we'll do most passing yards. We'll go over
that's
that.
A good one.
We'll go over that prop. But I do want to talk about NFL futures and how to bet them. I think I don't know. There's a lot that goes into NFL futures, and I think people kind of casually pass on them when they really shouldn't, because they're a really, really nice hidden source of income. But it's tough to sit on a future for that long. But I want to address it, and I want to talk about it in depth because it deserves a nice segment. So we're gonna talk NFL futures and then do the most passing yards for that one tomorrow. So, all right, viewer question of the day. This comes from Rock Diddy, and as always, guys, if you have questions, put them in the comments below right after done recording, please. We try and I would love to answer a question every day. So Rock Diddy wants to know, should I shut it down for a week once my 3% hits, or start playing half units or less to protect the bankroll? For example, tonight I lost 2 units on Braves and 1 unit on Red Sox, a $330 loss for tonight. So I'm assuming this is a $100 better. So we lost just over Rock lost just over 3%. Okay. Great question, Rock. This is kind of an art, not a science on this one. So I would first say you got to look at 3 things. When is your reset day? It is really important to have a reset day. Why? If you make 3%, but it's only the first day of your week, because maybe reset day was yesterday, no, I don't think you're done for the week, because we can always add more. However, you can be extra cautious. The second, I would look at how hot or cold you're running in that sport. Like, have I lost like 4 out of the last 5 days in baseball, but maybe I got up one night? Then yes, I would pull back. Now you can lower your percentage or just not play at all until you go back on a winning streak. And then I would look at how the rest of the week looks. You can look forward and say, maybe I got plays this weekend that I just love. For example, for us, we have a Formula One race this weekend. Plays I'm gonna love there. So if we get up like tonight, tomorrow, I already have plays that are locked in. Like I have UFC and golf plays. So Steve, what do you want to add to this? Rock wants to know, when do I shut it down after 3%?
Yeah, I'd like to really talk about what you have going on for the rest of the week. Sometimes you can't shut it down because you already have bets placed for the weekend. And even with the daily sports, we're plotting out the week kind of ahead of time. So I would personally stick with the course most times when you have plays that you had set aside earlier in the week that you really liked at the beginning of the week that you planned on playing at the end of the week. I would stay the course with that. it's obviously it's hit or miss sometimes, because sometimes you can lose those units. But yeah, I when you're looking at the rest of the week, what you have in front of you, is you kind of sometimes are stuck with.
Yeah. So you're down 3 units, or 3.3 units. Great work on your bankroll management. I mean, you took 2 losses, but you're only down 3 units. I think that was, really good and responsible. So I don't think you're in a bad spot. But look at how hot or cold you're running in that sport. That will determine whether you're going to lower the units. And then, yeah, if you already have units locked in, um, I would just keep those plays. If you lock those plays in earlier in the week, that means you really, really liked them, and you probably beat the line a lot. So one option you do have this it happens occasionally, but you do have this option. So let's say, like, for example, we have our reset day is Wednesday. Well, I put some UFC plays in on Monday. Well, let's just say, for example, like tonight, Thursday and Friday just go amazing, and we're up like 15 units somehow. Golf plays are looking spectacular. So Saturday comes, and let's say I have like a really, really nice week going. Those UFC lines have moved. I could go back in and look and see what it's like to take the other side, and I might be able to guarantee a very, very small profit. Like, for example, last week, Steve, we had to play Alex Munoz over Carl Deaton. When we put the play in, he was minus 135. When it closed, it was minus 215. So,
Nice.
yeah, so we beat the line by so much that if we were having a huge week and we wanted to really protect the units, we could have laid money on Carl Deaton at plus money. And then no matter what happened in the fight, we were going to come out ahead. So you always have that option as a way to protect the units. But we decided to roll with it. We got the win. So we cashed those units. So there's several ways that you can go about doing it. It does kind of differ from week to week. I would say for a week like this week for us, like, okay, we have a baseball play up. Let's say we hit it tomorrow. Let's say we hit it. Well, technically, we might be up 6 units. But I already have golf plays. I already have UFC, and I'm going to have Formula One. I feel confident about the plays. These are sports that we traditionally do really, really well in. So I'm going to keep rolling with what we're doing because we don't have big losing streaks in those sports. I feel like we're seeing the sports pretty well. We had, the weeks have been fine. We're coming off of a winning week overall. So I feel pretty confident in how we're seeing sports. I will say if we were coming off of like 3 losing weeks in a row, I might be pretty cautious and say, let's just try and lock in our profits. So, but I think the biggest thing is just look at your reset day. If you don't have a reset day, this is why it's so important to have a reset day. So you have a start and an end to the week, so you know how to protect those units. So thank you very much for the question, Rock. That was a really good one. If you guys have any questions, leave them in the comments section below. All right, Steve, time to go streaking.
Woo! We're streaking! We're streaking!
Did you notice who won last night on a Tuesday?
I knew that was coming. I knew that was, and I didn't bring it up earlier on because I
You didn't
figured
need to bring
it
it up. You knew I was going to bring it up. All right, we got to talk about this. The Dodgers lost on Sunday. They come back. They win on Monday, and they win on Tuesday. This is now a big, big streak that has been consistently hitting over the course of the season. It seems so silly to just really concentrate on the days, but we talked about yesterday. Last night, the Dodgers did not have the best pitcher at all in that matchup, and they just somehow win. Do we have an explanation yet for it?
Yeah, like I tried explaining it yesterday. I think it has a lot to do with the Sunday being a getaway day and stuff like that. And like we mentioned, how they have some veterans on the team. They know that it's a marathon, not a sprint, and they're gonna take it easy some days. And if they fall behind early, they're not gonna give a maximum effort in that game. So it seems like for whatever reason, those Sundays been that day for them, and then they bounce back strong and start the week on fire on Mondays and Tuesdays, both days. Really, it seems like now.
Crazy. So
It's an amazing trend. It really is.
Yeah. All right. Let's do streak of the day. This is a play that almost made our card. We are not playing it though, but it's something interesting to look at. I forgot to look. How did Glaber do last night? Did he go over or under? Did we?
Oh, I didn't check either.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Let's talk about today. We're talking Nolan Arenado over 1.5 hits, RBIs, and runs. What did we like initially, but what just ended up keeping us off of the play?
So Arenado has been on fire. I mean, he's coming off last night. He hit a walk-off home run. He's batting .353 in July with 5 home runs, and he's went over this 1.5 hits plus RBIs plus runs in 7 of his last 11 games. His last 2 games, he's just been tearing the cover off the ball. But unfortunately, so we're looking at him and potentially looking at playing him tonight. Unfortunately, there's a little bit of juice on the over, -135, -140, depending on where you look. And he's got a really tough matchup tonight. He's 1 for 14 against Alcantara, 4 strikeouts. So it's a tough matchup. And with the juice, it's enough for us to lay off of him tonight and stay away from him.
Okay. I should look it up. So the Yankees lost 5-1. The one was a home run by Gleyber Torres.
By Gleyber, yeah.
Amazing. Amazing. So, yeah, Nolan Arenado, tough match. So it's kind of like, history against the pitcher versus current form when the two are just completely contradictory, kind of best to lay off. So Nolan Arenado didn't quite make our card. So I believe that's about it for us today on Bankroll Reset Day. All the plays can be found at WagerTalk.com. I will be up bright and early. Well, not bright and early. It'll be dark and early for the Open Championship that starts early in the morning coming up. So, yeah. So that's going to do it for us. Thanks, everybody, for joining us. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave a comment at the bottom. Good luck, and we'll see everyone tomorrow on the road to millions.
Good luck tonight.